Click. I still really far back. Yeah. I have a lot of hair and it's driving me fucking nuts right now. Cause it's hot. It's Texas and it's August and it's fucking hot and it's heavy and I have a lot of it. It's 2 in the morning. And I'm ironing my duvet because I lost something when I woke up this afternoon because I don't sleep like a normal human. And I lost my shit. Like I do because I hate it when I lose shit because I lose shit all the fucking time. And it's really annoying. And if you experience that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But since I am the person that I am, I destroyed my room in the process. And now I have to handle my own consequences. Which means that I need to like put my bed back together. And that's such a pain in the ass because I want to know if that just recorded or if it's just in my fucking head because I swear that light just blinked. And it's not supposed to, so I'm gonna rewatch that. Yeah, so no, I destroyed my bed and the sheets needed to be changed anyways, but the reason why I held off so much is because of this duvet. If you've ever put a duvet, I'm looking over there, the camera's not over there, it's over here. If you've ever put a duvet together, it fucking sucks. And this one is been folded in my closet for a while and now it's all wrinkly. So I have to iron it or it will drive me nuts. So it is blinking, right? Dude, I look like a zombie right now, by the way. I didn't have to tell y'all that, you already knew. Okay, so I'm ironing my fucking cover to my duvet. And I don't know why, but I figured I'd record this because I'm awake by myself at 2 in the morning, as I always am. And I've started documenting my life. Possibly to convince myself of reality. I don't know. Just do it. It's better than talking to myself, I suppose. I was gonna say something. So, backstory about this very expensive duvet is when we moved to this. Actually, this is kind of you're just gonna have to bear with me here. So, originally, the story that goes along with this duvet has to do with the fact that I ended up with the wrong vanity mirror when I first moved here. You saw that, right? That was the electricity coming off. Anyways, when we moved here, we came from a house that had 2.5 bathrooms. So that worked pretty well because me and my son have to share a bathroom. And when I moved here, we only had one bathroom. So getting ready in the morning, because then I had a job, was a little bit more difficult because we were kind of having to maneuver around each other. So I wanted a vanity for my room. And I ended up choosing this humongous vanity mirror that is probably takes about, I want to say like 10% of my room. And when it came, it was not the right one. And we ordered it online. And it would have been, I mean, it came in one big box. I mean, it was one solid piece. This isn't like IKEA shit. So, I got that vanity, and then a little bit later, the mirror came, and it was the mirror for the vanity that I wanted. I don't know if I explained that, but yeah, the vanity I got was not the one that I actually wanted. I don't remember if it was a mistake in how it was ordered or if they sent it to me wrong. I can't remember. It was a while back. But ended up with this vanity, and I ended up with just giant mirror, and they did not go together. They did not go together, and they would not take the mirror back. 1 second. And the only way that they would take the mirror back was if it had been broken or had something wrong with it, and then they would pay the shipping, which was a lot of money that they wanted us to spend to ship this mirror back. And so my friend ended up finding the smallest imperfection on the mirror and was like, look, you sent me a faulty mirror, how about that? And so I guess they were just like, well, fuck it, you know, we're not gonna pay for the shipping, and they're not gonna pay for the shipping, keep the mirror, it's on us. So we have this huge mirror that does not go with the mirror for the vanity. So, because it was this ginormous piece of a vanity, you know, I just kept the vanity that I had, said fuck it with the mirror, and we got the mirror that went with the vanity that I had. So, the vanity that I wanted ended up not being part of the decor, so my plans had all changed when I was decorating my room. I have a lot of art in my room, things have to go in certain places in my mind. So, yeah, so that goes back to this too big. So we end up with this silver vanity, and I found this duvet which has a whole bunch of stars on it, and my curtains also, I have like sheer curtains and I have blackout curtains, and the sheer curtains have stars on them because I'm a little kid, why not? So everything has stars on them, and I got this and it has stars on it, and I love it, but it was really expensive. And then I remember another year I was looking for a bed skirt to go on my bed because I have limited storage space in my room, so I had a lot of stuff under my bed, but I didn't like having it kind of sit out there the way that it was. And I ended up looking at a whole bunch of bed skirts. I think I got one bed skirt and like I put it on and I was like, this is terrible. But then I saw this one and it was like, I think it was like a $300 bed skirt. And I remember looking at it, I was like, who the fuck would spend that much money on a bed skirt? And I was like, for sure there's something similar. There wasn't. So that was my birthday gift. This is adulting. When you get a $300 bed skirt is the most ridiculous fucking thing. But I had it in my mind after I saw it, and so that's what my mind planned for it to look like. So, and this has been sitting in my closet for a while because I hate putting the duvet together. It's like an enormous pillowcase that is so fucking difficult to put together, and it's like, oh god, I gotta do this now. So it's been sitting in my closet, so it's been all wrinkly, and I'm sitting here doing this at 2:15 in the morning because I am officially on the upscale of my seasonal affective disorder, bipolar disorder cycle. Because that's what happens. I love fall. I love absolutely despise spring. I was born in the spring. You would think I would love it. I fucking hate spring. I hate it so much with a passion. The only thing about spring that's good is rainstorms. But you get rainstorms when it's fall too. But the only thing good that comes out of spring is rainstorms. Except for this year, which happened, it was kind of like a catch 22. What do they say? Where it was like, yeah, it had like a lot of thunderstorms and stuff, but boo, because the summer had like so much fucking water everywhere that it was like, well, there goes any plans for going out to the lake at all. And then the tornado came and really said, well, fuck that plan. That's what happened. I hate spring with a passion. Hate spring. So anytime it gets to the changing of the seasons, I can typically expect that my mood will fluctuate to the more manic side when it starts to turn fall. We're in August. Fall really in Texas, in our area, doesn't really hit until like October, and sometimes even after October. You don't get fall. It's like all of a sudden, bam! It's like everything is dead because it's winter. So some places in Texas get it. We're not that part in Texas. But I love it, and my brain seems to love it too much, I guess, because then I start being all crazy manic. You can't say that this is not just a manic episode or that I'm already at that point, because for a very long time now, I have not been able to wake up during the daytime as a normal person should. And probably a lot to do with the way that my head is at the moment. I'm feeling like a useless human being. Probably. So, yeah, there's that. I psychiatrist appointment next week. I always feel like I'm visiting a drug dealer. It's like in and out and peace out. And see you in 3 months. Okay, cool. Thanks for the drugs. You helped me so much. I know a lot of people with mental illness do not like taking their medications. I am one of those people. I don't like taking my medication. But there's 2 sides to that coin. Being that if I do not take my medication, I will become a psychotic human being, and I will become the very essential definition of what a bipolar person looks like. So there's that. And then the other side of that is, actually I guess you could say it's 3-sided. Because one side of that is I can no longer not take my medication and not experience withdrawal. It sucks very badly. I got off of Zoloft. It was very hard. I had been on Zoloft for 10 years. And if you don't know what that looks like when you go to take yourself, or when you start trying to get off of Zoloft, look up Zoloft Zaps. And I'll repeat that. Zoloft Zaps. It's a thing. And it feels awful. It feels very awful. And then when it comes to Seroquel, which is my antipsychotic, it causes very bad bowel issues. And I already have bowel issues. And that is because of a lot of things. Particularly are preventable and some that are not. I don't know. Maybe just for so many years of dealing with bad fucking shit in my stomach, it's just maintained stasis at this point in time, and it's like, well, this is the way that I'm gonna be forever. So, well, guess that's that. So. I don't know. I would love to be one of those people who like wake up in the morning and they do human things. Instead, I hide at night and do weird things like this. And I'm tired. And that's the other problem too. I cannot fall asleep, and then when I do fall asleep, I cannot wake up. That is also part of my medication problems. Oh, and the third side of that coin is my son. I don't want to be a crazy person around my son. I don't need that. So I obey the laws of being a responsible person with mental illness, which is take your medicines, don't be crazy, deal with the side effects, and live life accordingly, as if they were bipolar tenants. I don't fucking know. That's how my life is though. And then after I finish this, I can go try to put it on my bed. And I'm not recording that because, oh man, what a spectacle that would be. Me wrestling a large, very large pillowcase that has no business of being such. Sometimes I try to just wash the comforter side, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the inside of it, the pillow, the gigantic bed pillow. I don't know what the fuck a duvet was until I had this thing on. Man, I fucking hate this. But I like it at the same time. Problems. First world problems, I guess. You get a fucking bedspread you like and don't earn it because you want it on the bed and you don't want to look like you just found it out of a trash can. Because my brain does not like that. Sometimes I don't give a shit. But I've been in a mindset of making a habit of making sure that every day when I wake up, I take out, I don't even leave my room. I don't leave my room until I pick up all of my trash, which is normally like water bottles, things that I use for my face, and then I take that stuff out of my room so that the trash doesn't accumulate in my room because I have a habit of doing that, especially water bottles. So, I've been doing pretty good about that. There's something, I guess. It's like, I think, like, you know, like how people like, what's the word, power washing, ironing the wrinkles out of the thing. I've been biting my mouth a lot, so I was using bubble wrap, so like tooth bubble wrap, to pop, because I fidget. And body focus, repetitive behaviors, symptom of OCD, which I did not realize. I've always bitten the inside of my mouth for as long as I could remember. And I can say 100%, with 100%, that that is a genetic thing. And I can say that because I did not grow up with my parental family. I did not. But pretty much all of them are mouth biters. That is genetics. I did not learn that as a habit. It is just something that happened. And I've done it all my life and it's fucked my jaw up and, you know, it's similar to people who pull their hair out. It's the same, under the same category. And the DSM-5, number 5 of what could be wrong with your brain. I did not know that until recently. I always thought it was into. It didn't have a name in my head. It was just cheap biting. Apparently there's a fucking name for it, because of course, why wouldn't there be? I just always thought it was just a strange habit that I could never kick. What's weird is you realize you're doing it, but at the same time you can't stop yourself. And I think that could be said with a lot of people with OCD disorders like that. I hate to say that I have any kind of OCD disorder, because I don't particularly think that I belong in that category. But according to a stupid book that was written that says people have problems, I say there is a label for that, and this is what you should identify as. I do not. I identify as bipolar. That's my major thing. And I'm not throwing more and more shit into the mix, because why the fuck would I? I already got enough problems. Why the fuck do I want to add one more? I'll just say what it is, it is. I bite my mouth. I bite the inside of my mouth into the point that it's bleeding severely, and I have no more skin left on the inside of the mouth. It's a thing I do. Does it hurt? No. Maybe it did when I was younger. I think maybe I just built up so much scar tissue on the end of my mouth. It's almost satisfying. That's a weird thing to say too, right? It's satisfying to eat the inside of my mouth, like self-cannibalizing myself. It's satisfying. I remember later, when me and my cousin really reconnected, we started talking about the mouse biting thing, and he did it. And I was like, yeah, it feels like you get into this mode of a trance-like state. Like you're just in a trance. And it's like almost comfortable to be there. And again, that's a really weird thing to say about biting the inside of your fucking mouth out. But it's true. It's so strange. We do weird things as humans. I truly believe that. We're all weird. I think in our own weird little universes, but this one's mine. So, I can do what I want with it. Unfortunately, I can't be successful with it. We all have to abide by the laws of physics. I suppose. Something like that. I don't really have the urge there. You have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I talk more about these things, like, with me not ironing. And yes, I said ironing, get over it. The problems with ours. Oh Lord, this is a lot of work. Not yet. I look better. I think I remember, like, when I was younger, I guess the same thing as, like the whole power washing thing, like, I don't know, I would get bored, and but no fucking young person would ever do this, but I would get bored, these days anyway, I would pull my clothes out of my closet, and I would just start ironing them, for no good reason, just because it was something to do, and I liked it, for a moment, and then I was like, I'm over this, and I'm not doing this anymore, so I would, like, iron my clothes for no reason, iron sheets for no reason, so weird, it's weird. and say that because it is. Yeah, this is weird too. I make this all wacky. It's okay. Okay, got iron. This is weird. There's buttons here. That's what makes it weird. I probably should have done this the other way. Somehow. But there are people in their houses who don't even own an iron. I would bet money on that. I feel like ironing is a thing that like only people in certain professions do, or old people. I don't know. Old people, maybe. Am I old? Yeah. I'm getting there. And I got my bed skirt. Oh my god, I had to iron that whole thing. I'll have to like post a picture or something. It's my channel, I'll do it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy bed skirt. Special bed skirt. I think actually it was like they're handmade, so you know that goes into the reason of why it costs so much is they're handmade. Oh, you might own an iron too if you sew things. That might be a thing. Well, you would definitely own an iron if you sew things. Oh, okay, cool. I did that at the same time. You have to iron your seams. Just a little corner here. What I missed. Don't do that. Shit. When I was younger, I had to do things in a particular way, or I would get my ass beat. And I think that plays into a lot of why I have to be so perfect at some things, or else I fucking hate myself. I have to have my books in a certain way. Yeah. There's things still out. I'm, you know. I'm trying not to attribute too much of my problems to my childhood because it seems like that's an easy way to say that's why I am the way I am, but I don't that is the reason why I am the way I am. I think there could be a lot of reasons why I am the way I am. As is with the rest of the world. Like everything in your life makes you the way that you are at any particular time. Okay. I think. Okay. No. I just I know I went to therapy for a lot of shit. And I've been able to let a lot of shit go. But then there are times where I think about things that happened and I'm like, wow, that was really shitty. Yep. What? Yeah, no. Not doing that. I don't know. Why would I even, I don't know. That's what my life was right now. I'm gonna be back here in Illinois. I was talking about that because I was talking about how fucking perfect I had to be at certain things. Stupid things. Really stupid things. Didn't have any meaning. My brother got out of all of that a lot better than I think anybody else did, and I'm not really sure why. He's a much better person. He's a fantastic person, actually. And I'm really proud of my brother. I hated my brother growing up, but I guess that's the thing that happens, you know. Maybe some people never grow out of it. My brother, I have basically a blended family, but I don't look at it that way because it's all I ever known. But it is weird to say that my sister has a brother. No, my sister has two other brothers and a sister, and my brother has another brother, and I only have them. They are my only siblings, and I grew up with my brother. We're very close in age. Me and my sister are a little bit further apart, and she's actually my half sister, obviously, because she has siblings, and other than the siblings that I have. Which means that some of my relatives are actually not blood related to her, and unbeknownst to us at one certain point in time, she dated one of my cousins. I think it was like a third cousin or something. I didn't know until after the fact. So it's a bit of an odd thing to say. A bit of an odd thing to say is that my sister dated my cousin. But it's actually okay because they weren't blood related. She was just related to me. It seems weird. That's like some fucking, I don't know, West Virginia shit going on, but now my dad was an asshole. He really was. He could be scary at times, but then certain things happened in his life and things kind of changed. At that point, things weren't so bad with him, anyways. My brother made it out okay in life. I think he just put his head down into work, and yeah, he went to war, so he's got, even after all that shit, dude, he's still one of the most decent human beings I know. He's my stepbrother, but he's my brother. I have a lot of respect for him. I didn't when we were growing up. We were so opposite of each other. We were so opposite of each other. The people that we hung out with were, I mean, he was only like a grade level above me. And we could not have been more opposite, and I think it was on purpose. Like, neither of us wanted to be associated with the other. Actually, I think my brother was more willing to accept me as being related to him than I was to him, because to me, he was a very preppy kid, and I was very not. I was very much of a dork. He somehow managed to come out of everything sober and popular in a certain way. He was. When we were growing up, I certainly was not. I was not a popular person. I wasn't popular in the sense that popularity would seem like it would be. But I did have a very good group of friends, and it's unfortunate that these days they're so very far away from me. Which makes me sad. Because I miss them. There's nothing worse than missing really good friends that have moved on with their lives and seem to not ever give you the second thought when I think about them every day. That sucks. When me and my husband split, we both were in high school together. We had a lot of the same friends, and he's a pathological liar. We made amends not too long ago. Sorry, we made amends not too long ago. But every time he gets, he gets a relationship, and then I don't hear from him for a long time. I helped him with his second divorce, which is kind of a funny thing. That relationship failed, and the next thing you know, he's hitting me up again. I've accepted the relationship that we had. I say that he's a pathological liar with sympathy in my heart. Because I know that I had my own faults as well. I am not guiltless, and I accept that. But, when we split, he took most of my friends with him. And that sucked. That sucked probably more than anything. What really sucked, and what really fucking killed me on his side and made me infuriated, still makes me angry. It still makes me angry. My uncle, I introduced him to my uncle. My uncle was in prison because he's a fucking crazy bastard. He was. He's dead. Thank God. And my uncle and him started a band together, and they would go over to my grandparents' house. My ex-husband would not talk to me, but he would go and hang out with my uncle at my grandparents' house, who I loved. And my uncle was totally cool with that. And dude, man, one of the last real conversations when I was going through the separation of my divorce, he was talking to me, and he would say some crazy ass shit that didn't happen. And then, like, me and my ex-husband would be, like, getting progress, like, working our shit out. And then all of a sudden, like, here he would come, and he would shake the fucking boat, And I'm like, I never said any of that shit that he told you that I said. Yeah, I was still the bad guy. So, he did that shit, and it continued for years after we were divorced, and I was like, you know, you're a very horrible human being. And I'm not sorry about anything I ever said after the fact, because my uncle was a piece of shit. My uncle will remain a piece of shit, and is probably burning in the deepest depths of hell, if there's any actual place. Because that's where he belongs. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit so much. He did me so wrong on so many levels. So many levels. He died a month after my grandfather died of the same fucking cancer, which was really weird. And my mom had called me and was like, do you want to come see him before they pulled the plug, before he took his last breath? And I said, nope. And I am at complete peace with that decision. I do not regret not going to tell him goodbye, because fuck you. Fuck you. Getting down to the end. It's almost done. It's almost been an hour. I think I started this at actually I called it an hour. I started this at 1:47 in the morning. I would say this is about as equally of a pain in the ass as it was to iron the bed skirt. The nice part about that is I've not had to iron it since. I did have to clean that thing a couple times. Most of the time I don't have to iron this either. It does end up a little bit wrinkly, even after I wash it and dry it. But it's especially wrinkly right now because it was sitting in the closet. And I did have to wash my bed skirt before. And I didn't have to iron it, so. But when I got it, it was like all crinkled up in packaging and stuff. So that was a chore. I wonder how many people in this world today, not really in the world, I wonder how many people in the US can say they know how to iron something. Iron, yes, it's iron. Get off my ass, it's iron. It will always be iron. It will always be Sprite too, so fuck off. I could say for certain, my son has no idea how to iron anything. My son doesn't know how to clean a toilet. He has no idea how good he has it. He really doesn't. I guess it's a good thing. He's a good kid. He's just an asshole because he's a teenager and he's, you know, in the high puberty phase of his life, which also means high testosterone. that phase of my life. I miss a lot of things about that time in my life. My friends? Yes, I miss them. I miss them. They don't miss me, but I miss them. They're all too busy out there having their own lives. I'm sitting here in my own fucking cubby hole in the world. Almost done. Oh, I'm making videos about me fighting iron and fucking duvet. What interesting lives I lead. Every era, every fucking decade is a whole other fucking life to live and experience, and do stupid things, and make poor judgments and poor decisions. I want to be one of those people who know how to do life successfully. I'm not that person. I don't know how to do life. Life was not ever in my books of things to learn how to do. I do not know the book of life. Girlfriend, you keep trying to go out there, but then there's nothing out there. You want to go out there to go mess with whatever the fuck it is that you keep going out there for. I let you out. Ooh. I estimate it will probably take 40 more minutes. No. Damn. It's 2:53 in the morning. I wanted to say I estimate it will take about 45 minutes for me to be able to get completely done and in bed, but I think that is a estimate that is not something I am capable of doing, because I have bedtime routine, so right now I should have already been in bed. I keep my phone with an alarm that tells me to go the fuck to bed, but I ignore it because I'm like, fuck you. I'm not gonna do what you tell me to, even though I'm the one that said it. I try to make myself think that I'm gonna do good, and then it won't make me feel good, because I'll be like, yes, maybe I didn't succeed today, but tomorrow will be the day. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be great. And then tomorrow never comes. Well, that was a great idea, but success is not something that I am familiar with. I know. Maybe in some people's eyes I've been successful, but I haven't. I know that there are particular people who think that I've been successful, but I'm not. All I've managed to do is get educated at a very high price, to which I will never be able to ever pay back that amount of money. That is a lot of money. And the only hope that I would ever have of getting rid of that debt is if I work at a nonprofit organization for 20 years, or if I work as a federal employee, government employee, and then I could have my debt forgiven in like 25 years. Which is better than, having it forgiven at like age fucking 80, I guess. I'll never have any kind of retirement. I'll never have any kind of home of my own. So, it's kind of my fault though, guys, too, because I lived off student loans. I didn't know these things. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what not to do. I was the first generation graduate of my family. I didn't have people to help me understand. Even in high school, I grew up in a very, very small town. But they looked at me and they said, yeah, she's not doing anything with her life. Don't even waste time. My family was no. My sister set the standard. They fucking hated her. And the glory days of Jinkos and grunge apparel. A small country town did not like very, very much at all. So she set the standard. And I lived with the standard. No, I gave a shit. I didn't give a shit about that school. They were a piece of shit people. And my band instructor is being investigated for being an inappropriate person. But you know what? I had a lot to say about that lady, but in the end, she kind of fucked me. So, and not in the inappropriate way. Well, I guess you could say it was, but it wasn't in the same way. But she killed my love for music for a while. And by killing my love for music, I mean my want to continue to play the clarinet, which I did so very well. I really did. And I think about it now and I'm like, man, I've lost so much of that knowledge. I was a band nerd. I sat outside my house with my music stand up, my music on my music stand, clarinet out, playing all summer. I would play my clarinet all summer because you would have tryouts. You would get like a sheet of music that you would have to learn for state competition. And you would get that sheet of music at the end of the previous year. And they were very challenging pieces. And I enjoyed the challenge. And I performed them well every time. My senior year, I made 9th chair of the state of Texas. You know how many people play clarinet in the state? Especially as big as Texas. I don't know if it was as big of a deal if it was like a really small state, but for the state of Texas, I feel like that was a hell of an accomplishment. And I did it every year. And now I don't know how to really play it off. And that's sad. That sucks. I never wanted to play clarinet though. I wanted to play violin. I always think, yeah, maybe someday. Here it is. It's always said someday. I know in my mind, in my heart, in my soul, that someday will never come. As much as I tell myself it will not. And I know that. And it's probably a better idea to accept that I know that, rather than wait on the day that it does happen and then be disappointed for the rest of my life. Holy shit. I think I have done it. I think I have gotten all of the wrinkles out. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, cool. Well, thank you for attending my TED Talk. move it to the bedroom and then wrestle it with the insert. So whatever, I don't know. Before it gets all crazy and wrinkled. Anyways. God, I look terrible from that angle. I look terrible from this angle. Anyways, I'm gonna go do that. Night, guys.